Before the hut there are two rowans, and in the rowans sparrows sit. I was awakened in the morning by these madcaps and their trills. Not having slept enough, I got up. I found out about this contest, so I decided to write words in my notebook in Pushkin's verse, that when I'm reading lines of his, then I forget about all sadness, what always wonderfully inspires me. That poem of Pushkin's dreams, it may revive, relieve, redeem, and fills the sleep within a dream. What ardency awoke in me when I was reading Pushkin's lines! It's like a gift that was revealed where the centuries' gold shines, and like the sun people's heart burned, and entered into every soul by his great strophe always teaching, and answering to the beseeching. His merrymaking is non-stop. He always plays by a new turn, now being prim and then intriguing, and in the hate always ringing. He still astonishes, runs through, a fidget after all, anew. And by the new sun which may blind, the world awakens for the life, and Pushkin's verse brings as a code love to the homeland and the folk. In it the river is encrypted, where the miraculous line feeds us, as the live water of the spring, which makes us young, inspiring. Peace upon you, dreads of the past. Now I look at you with a smile. In everyone the Pushkin ply has left a playful mark at last, the light of past melancholies, the sound of glorious melodies. A camel lies in the cliff's shadow. Nightingales whirl over the slopes. Near the stretch they feed of cows. The works of nature are as follows. Wherever you look, hands expanding, the game of colors, liberty, the beauty everywhere relaxing, and in her love's solemnity. In ugliness the evil powers are still retaining all their charm. To streams of fields they snuggle up, and to the luminary flows. The sun caresses them in turn, since it takes notice of all. The closest to the sun the hills, Mashuk, the giver of healing flows, where water streams run from the cliffs, the base of life in microcosmos. That's how the life-giving stroke that's how the life-giving strophe of the great Russian pen exalts the sanctifying former life, transforming into eulogies, and carried forth to present times its life-giving primordial force, like spirit coming from the cross, as from the grave the poet cries, that in strophe poetry's alive, and that's the strophe of Pushkin's style. Bach is a rivulet. Also in him the number 14 is the holy power. Life-giving code is included in it, for all musicians always so inspiring. Rejuvenates, although for a moment, that was a constant dream of any poet. To fulfill this the strophe made a prompt, opened her temple like celestial hall, and there she herself will lead a poet. Her vigil over beauty is so strict. All of a sudden there he reads a dream, and the whole world around is transforming. That's how the sun through Pushkin's strophe is playing with the Russian soul. I'm young, and life in me is strong. That's how the renewed exclaims, and then the dramaturgic strophe attracts him to herself again. He rushes back to the bright shrine. There are 14 gates as beams of light. The stanzas leading him again to the new rooms in the new place, where weaves the bright spirit for him, and dresses up in the new clothes, and with new joy puts wedding crowns, and leads him out with more sheen. Their life is like eternal game, and Pushkin's strophe is its name. The time is flying, but an awful score is not so soon presented by the Lord, but later everyone gives a report with whom he has been playing and what for. Among the verbal creatures, their games, there is one game that's burning as a gem, as an eternal ghost always shines, allures, magnetizes, and invites. To her own style she changes any rhythm, her influence is irreversible, resistance to her is impossible. Under her lid a poet is blindfold and guided by invisible Pushkin strophe. That's how it was over the icy Neva, and it took place 200 years ago. The miracle will happen again, dear, because the strophe is going to show that she is just the tool of transformation, where we are just the creatures of the language, where he is a father and the strophe a mom, We are their children, daughters, and the sons. And now, while experiencing joy, I am going to repeat it for 9 times, that I get burned and I rejuvenate, and in the melting furnace I dissolve, and it is not the Grand Mayaga's stove, but it's the furnace of the Pushkin strophe.